So how are you feeling with the knife and the plastic and the whole?
It's a little like it can happen. I mean, you know, everything's quick. This is not.
Yeah.
I don't have time to think about shit.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think I can hold on to it.
Miranda, just turn around and get ready to get knifed.
Okay,
So she comes there, he comes in with the plastic.
That.
Yeah.
And this can, like, come down.
You don't even have to, like, we can, if you do this and then just do that, that can get us out of this moment.
Yeah.
And then we can wrap the plastic around you more.
Yeah.
You know, it's not double more.
I wanted to write a ghost story that wasn't supernatural. And to me, what's scarier than actually having a ghost in your house is having a living person who is hiding there and watching your every moment. So that really compelled the story. And that's what it was all built around, was that fear of someone being in your house.
I was never afraid of people being in the walls, but now that's a new one. So thanks to this movie, now you can check that one off my list, because now I'm scared. I'm going to be scared all the time. There's somebody hiding in the walls. When I read the script and I read the title, you know, I wasn't thinking that my character Rose and my father were the intruders. I was thinking that somebody was going to come in the house and they were going to be the intruders, or the spirit was the intruder, were the intruders, I don't know. But yeah, I never once thought, like, my character is the intruder.
Actually, that was in another version of the script, where he actually spoke that to her. He told her, like, you were the intruders. Like, that's what I called you when you showed up here. And so, because she asks why are you doing this? Like, what's your deal? And I was like, well, I didn't have any choice. You came in here. It's you who came here and brought this to me.
You know, if Marcus were to tell the story with all the creepy guys that he would hang out with socially, he'd be like, you know, these creepy people moved into my house, and you know, they're sleeping in my mom's bed, and so you can almost justify why he sort of acts the way that he does. He feels intruded upon. He feels that people have come in and violated his sort of, you know, personal space, and so yeah, it's interesting that the title of the movie is a title that Marcus would have given the film, not Rose and Jerry.
Dad! Dad!
And switch. Miranda, come back. And Marcus.
It's really cool to play a character that has, like, an environment like this that serves the character, because it gives me so much more to go on.
So what we're doing is trying to establish how long he's been here. And so this is his bed. He'll have a sheet and some of his clothes. These are some of the dolls that his mother had that he has, you know, he works on in an obsessive and angry way. There's a religious theme, obviously. He's, you know, full of contradictions, obviously, and there'll be a bit more of that, I think, and that's coming across. Cans we're dressing in as the food that he eats. We've defined him a bit like a guy that lives behind the walls, that's a bit like a rat, but also kind of obsessive about certain things. This is kind of the scariest room, the one we really want to show his character.
Action, Miranda. And now, and Marcus.
Okay, great. Cut.
When I'm on set, I try to sort of stay to myself or stay a little bit in character. It's not like I'm not gonna go up at lunch and like act exactly like, you know, he would, because then I would have no friends. But there's a zone, there's a type of place that I need to be, or just the sort of focus that I need to have when I'm on set. And so if there's big stuff coming up, yeah, I would like to just kind of be to myself.
To be honest, it's great because it works for me too. You know, just the fact that I don't really want to bother him or disturb him, and he's not very approachable, helps my performance. So, okay, great. It probably helps everyone.
I've spent 15 years sitting in audition rooms watching actors come in, and he came in and he started his scene, and the whole time I noticed on the monitor he had something in his hand, and I'm watching and I'm like, what the is that in his hand? And it was a Leatherman, and it was closed, there was no blade sticking out, and he never did anything with it in the scene. He just had it in his hand the whole time. And the tension that brought up in that moment while I was watching him, and this was his big monologue that we've yet to shoot, but I'm really looking forward to it. It was just amazing. He brought in a little prop that totally immersed him into this character, and even though he never really used the prop to do really anything, all of a sudden I realized here's this guy that looks for that little thing, just that little beat or that little prop. And even as creepy as his performance was in that audition room with him in his street clothes, yeah, when we got him onto set and we dressed him up and chopped his hair and sent him through the cast, there's even the biggest key grip on our set, he doesn't want to be around Marcus. He says he freaks him right out. So we're on to something, you know?
And action.
And Donald?
Rose! You okay? You okay? Rose.
Great. Wow. Beautiful.
Well done, Jim.
You're good. Okay. Are you padded up? Like you get that itch?
No.
Yes.